All right, we're live. What up, guys? What up, everybody? The one viewer
What's
we
up?
have. What's going on? We're here on Monday night for Mock Mondays. This will be the first one that we do live on Twitch. I am joined by my partner of the Fantasy Dads, Kevin, and I got my special guest here today, Tyler, the daddy of all dads. Not an actual dad, but he's a daddy.
The fantasy stepdad.
Fantasy stepdad. What's good,
Stepdad.
guys? What's up? Happy
What's up?
Monday. So yeah, we're just gonna dive right into this. Try to get this done in an hour for you guys. Keep you guys entertained. Talk about some picks while we're picking who. It's give you guys a little more insight about what we're thinking while we're drafting. Just to give you guys a little outline of what the rules are. This is a 12-man full point PPR. We run three receivers, no kicker, and there's also a flex. So your starting lineup's looking like a quarterback, two running backs, three receivers, a flex, tight end, and a defense. And we also have five bench spots. Kevin's gonna go first with the number one pick, and then we slot Tyler in the middle at number six, and I ended up picking the last. I feel like those three positions are probably the most intriguing to people, just to see like what the strategy is or get a gist of like who's there when we're picking and whatnot. And, you know.
Wow.
But wow, what?
It's crazy.
What's crazy?
Clyde Edwards, Clyde Edwards Hilaire's up to five
Oh yeah, Clyde Edwards is going to skyrocket. He'll be a
over.
first round pick.
Five overall though, man. That's
Oh,
ahead
he's
of
up to
Michael.
he's up to five.
Five overall.
Well, let's see where he goes here. All right, let's get it underway, dude. Kevin, you're gonna go first. I
History here.
think it just start. Does it start when you draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to start, right?
Yeah. All right, I'll hit start right now. What up, Mendy? Welcome. Start draft. There it goes. Kevin, you're on the clock. So I mean, we all know who you're gonna pick here. Christian McCaffrey off the board. Alvin
No
Kamara,
question.
Saquon. Clyde was Hilaire number four.
Four.
Before Zeke
John
tie.
Elliott.
Oh my God! What?
Well, the bots are at it, man. The bots are on
What? You know it's
Maryland
funny.
too.
You know what's funny? I was talking to somebody today about that and like how I made Clyde Edwards-Helaire my bust on the running back show, and then literally like not even a week after Damian Williams opted out of the season, and now Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the top five pick in fantasy football. Unbelievable.
I
Unbelievable.
still would not take him
Yeah, well, now he could
fourth
be a bust that
overall,
ADP
but
is now, you know.
Crazy. All right, Ty, who you going with here?
Full PPR, three receiver. I'm gonna just take Michael Thomas.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah. It feels just
Pick.
like McCaffrey. Like I don't really think they're gonna finish as the one, but you feel dumb if you don't take him there. You kind of have to, so I'll do that.
Yeah, it's definitely that's an easy pick right there. So we got Derrick Henry off the board, Devontae Adams, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb. So that leaves me up for the pick here. So with this last pick, I chose to pick last because I feel like a lot of years the last pick kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like it's really tough. I mean, maybe not the first two rounds because you're getting two studs right off the rip, but then you have to sit and you have to wait, and you kind of get like third pickings of kind of junk. You know what I mean? You might end up with a Kerryon Johnson or something, thinking that's going to be your RB2, and he ends up sucking balls. You know what I mean? So it's a tough spot. So this year, I'm kind of approaching it a little differently. I mean, for the sake of this mock draft, I'm gonna go zero running backs. I did this. What did we do this last week, Kev? And I ended up kind of with a good team. So I kind of want to see how it ends up today, especially with the new shift in the rankings they got on here, apparently. But I mean, right now you got Dalvin Cook on the board, Miles Sanders, tons of great running backs. My boy Kenyon Drake's up there. But like I said, for the sake of the show, and this isn't really for anything, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill, and I'm gonna draft Patrick Mahomes. For people out there, this league right here is 6 point per passing touchdown. So I feel like Patrick Mahomes getting a full year here. The last time he had a full season, he threw for 50 touchdowns. You do the math, that's a pretty insane amount of points just from touchdowns. Get the stack there with Tyreek Hill, who's going to boom this year based off of my projections. I think that's a solid stack to start the rip with the zero running back strategy. Now, if I wasn't going to go zero running back, I probably would have went Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders right there. Even though Dalvin Cook's got the question mark about if he's going to play or not. At 12, you're getting a top 5 running back at 12. That's what you, I mean, if you're going to go with the running backs, that's what you go there, I think. But Tyler's back up on the board here. We got Julio Jones off the board. Austin Eckler getting picked. Kenyon Drake, Miles Sanders, Dalvin Cook. What do you got here, Ty?
So this is an example. I kind of plan to play this draft of just what happens to fall to me, and D Hop's here with a second pick. I probably wouldn't do that just because I'm a running back guy, and I know they dry up quick this year. So even though it's tempting, I'm going to take Aaron Jones and just solidify an RB spot.
That's a good call. It's tough though. I could see why that would be tough. DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas.
Oh, man.
My God.
It's crazy.
That's look at this, dude. Lamar, Kittle, and Kelsey back to back, dude. Ooh. Okay.
I know. I was honestly, I was hoping Kelsey fell to me there.
You were looking for the tight end.
I had first pick last year. I went McCaffrey, Kelsey.
Okay. So what are you looking at here, Kev?
Right now, I'm looking at definitely a wide receiver. My rank
Keeps cutting out.
maybe Mr. Godwin. Chris Godwin.
Yeah, Godwin's probably the best available receiver there, based off your rankings at least, you know. Now what you do here is interesting because you're not gonna pick for another 24 picks, right?
Yeah, like Ty said, the running backs dry up quick. I just don't like any of these guys.
Yeah, the running backs are tough.
Carson, Bell, I just don't really. I'm not interested. Melvin Gordon, I'd probably take all of them. So I'm going with another receiver.
And I think you're safe with that with Christian McCaffrey.
I love Kenny Galladay, but I'm gonna go ahead and take another Panther. It's my guy.
DJ Moore. Now for that's not really a reach right there. DJ Moore. I mean, I think a lot of us have him in our top 10s. And you're walking away there with some pretty solid receivers, Kev, with a really, really, really good running back with your first overall pick. So I think you're safe there, passing on a running back, in my opinion.
I'll circle back to it.
Yeah. So next up, we had Mike Evans go, Leonard Fournette's gone, Todd Gurley, which is really early, in my opinion. James Conner, another value pick right there. He's jumped up the board a lot too. He was going 4th or 5th round when our running back show was going on. Now he's up to the 3rd. So who you got here, Tyler?
The running backs, they all have their risks. Kevin mentioned Kenny Galladay. He slipped to me here. I'll probably take him. Michael Thomas get the targets. Kenny Galladay's got the kind of high value targets, even if he doesn't have as many.
Okay.
So I want to.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's tough, man. Running backs are tough. So now I'm gonna stick with my 0 running back approach here. I'm gonna take that all the way till I have my I think I lasted till round 6, so I think that's what I'm gonna run through this time. Looking at receivers here, Adam Thielen kind of just took Kenny Galladay, OBJ and Al Robinson off the board. David Johnson going in the 3rd round, nuts. Melvin Gordon going in the 3rd round is pretty nuts as well. I don't know what sleeper's on right now, but I'm gonna go Amari Cooper here. I think he's a stud. I mean, that Dallas offense is gonna be great. I mean, it's Dak Prescott. I think he's a little underrated this year. I'm not a huge fan of Dak, but in fantasy football, the guy can ball, and that's his number 1 receiver. And then I'm also going to do something probably a little different here. I'm going to kind of reach, just for the sake of the show. I think this guy, he's a sophomore, but I think DK Metcalf's the next big thing in the NFL. I really do. His talent, his ceiling, it's through the roof. Russell Wilson's an absolute stud. Tyler Lockett does not scare me for targets. I think DK Metcalf is his number 1 receiver. Even if they bring in AB like the rumors are saying, I still think DK is going to get it done. I love him. I love my receivers right now with Tyreek, Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf, 1, 2, and 3, with Patrick Mahomes slinging the rock. No running backs yet, but I'm liking the way it's shaping out. Next off the board was Chris Carson, Juju Smith-Schuster, got my boy Lev Bell, Jonathan Taylor, Mark Ingram, the 3rd. Is he the 3rd? Yeah, I can't fucking see. The 3rd. So running backs are starting to really melt off the board here. Who you got for us, Ty?
I'm just going to keep the receiver trend going because, again, I really don't like a lot of these running backs in the middle.
Facts.
Probably going to hammer running backs early in most of my drafts and then just take some mid-round receivers. So I'll go Cooper Kupp, another number 1 guy. Feel pretty good about having those 3.
Yeah. So just talk on Cooper Kupp real quick. I know they lost Brandon Cooks, but does his second half of last year scare you at all? I feel like his numbers are really inflated. I had him in this league last year, and we talked about it on the last receiver show. The first, I think, what did we say, 7 weeks, I think it was, before he got hurt. He was an absolute stud. I think he had like 2 touchdowns a game here and there. He was a beast. And then he disappeared. Robert Woods actually became the number 1, and Tyler Higbee.
Really changed their offense.
So
yeah, I think the big thing is if they run a lot of the 12 personnel. But I feel like with Cooper Kupp, Jared Goff and him are buddy, and he's good in the end zone. I think he's gonna find a way to get him on. You can't just ignore the talent at a certain point, I think.
Okay. So in the red zone, I mean, they got the 2 tight ends now. I know they lost Gurley, they lost Brandon Cooks. I don't know. I get weird with Cooper Kupp this year. I mean, just how he fell off at the end of last year, it pushes me away. I think I'd rather have Woods.
Woods is the guy.
Yeah, I would definitely rather have Woods this year.
Good pick though. I mean, Cooper Kupp's he is number 1 on the depth chart. So I mean, we could be wrong, but I just wanted to talk about that real quick. All right, Kev.
Woods is a solid pick too. He only had 2 touchdowns last year and still did pretty well. So he's definitely bound to bounce back even higher than that.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, all right. Hold on. So we got Mark Andrews off the board in the 4th round. So that's a 3rd tight end off the board here. And then Robert Woods went directly after. I feel like that's gonna happen in almost every draft. They're gonna get picked right next to each other every time. They got Devin Singletary and Calvin Ridley off the board. Kev, what do you got here?
It's a tough spot, but I like the last of the elite tight ends in my mind. I'm going to go with Ertz.
Yeah.
He's basically a wide receiver. Really needs it. Now it gets in. Because I can keep hammering wide receiver. There's a lot of solid names out
there. Yeah.
A.J. Brown, I love DJ Chark, Keenan Allen. Probably Terry McLaurin's my favorite one. He's going to get 1 million targets.
It's crazy how deep receivers are. I mean, if you do the 0 running back strategy like I'm doing it, you're going to end up with some studs at receiver, man. Like some studs. Studs, dude.
I got 2 really good ones. I think I got to take running back here.
Yeah, I think your running back's probably the best option here.
I could chase the volume and go with David Montgomery. He's going to get the volume. He's going to get the...
Yeah, Montgomery, he's the number 1 back over there. He's definitely going to get the volume. So, I mean, getting him in the 5th round, that's some serious value right there.
Swift is going to be sharing the start anyway. Hunt, good PPR back. Chubb is a Mostert I'm unsure of, so I think in real life, I might go DJ Chark here. 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Thompson on David
Montgomery. Then A.J. Brown's off the board. T.Y. Hilton. Here go the run-on receivers here. DJ Chark, all the guys you just mentioned. Just to talk on T.Y. Hilton real quick today, article came out that he actually has a hamstring injury already. So
done, bro.
His stock is going to plummet, just like we predicted on the wide receiver show. I got him as a bust, because he's a bust. Ty, what do you got for us, bro? You got 3 receivers, running back. What do you got here? You going quarterback?
I'm going to get a running back just to get in there. And it's between Mostert or Kareem Hunt for me. I'm just too iffy on. I'll probably take Mostert. I know he worked things out with San Fran, and I don't really love him as an RB2, but 12-man, I got 3 receivers I like, so that's kind of what happens.
Yeah. That's a say. I think Mostert kind of like clearing air with San Fran is going to help him with his get back on track, being the number 1 running back in San Francisco. I was scared for a minute, though. I was scared when I predicted a pretty big season out of Mostert, and then I heard that, and I was like, oh, man, already.
He's definitely the most talented guy there, so...
Without a doubt. McKinnon can't even stay healthy. I mean, it's his backfield. He just needs to show that he's worth the money. So, here we are. I got my 3 receivers. I got my quarterback, who are high volume points. I think I'm still going to stay away from running back here till my next pick. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter where I pick this here. I'm going to grab Keenan Allen here, who I got in my top 10 for wide receivers. I think his volume is going to be through the roof, and I don't care who his quarterback is. The guy's an animal. As long as you get him the ball, he's going to make plays. So I'll put him in my flex, and then I'll start drafting some running backs here. It's going to look ugly. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's it's gonna look ugly. Like my number one running back is probably gonna be Ronald Jones right now. That's probably what I'm gonna go. He screwed me last year, and you're a league tie. But I'm gonna run Rojo out there. I think getting him in the 6th round. It's just they just brought in LaShawn McCoy though. You know what I mean? It's tough. That's ugly.
I'm not worried about.
That's ugly.
Yeah, he might catch some passes or something, but it's really if he misses a block and lets Brady get hit, is he going to be in trouble?
Right.
That's
the thing is how Arians and Brady combined. They're both a guy who the dog.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, all right. So I will go RG3. I'll go Rojo here for the sake of my team, just to get me a running back.
Go the other.
Here go the quarterbacks. You got Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, and then Hollywood Brown, who I really like this year. Stephon Diggs, who I really like this year. And I don't really like Tyler Lockett, but I mean, 6th round talent. You're getting potential top 15 receivers in the 6th round. They're so deep this year. They're so deep. All right, Ty. Where you diving in here, boy?
I'm thinking about another running back, but it just keeps looking grim there. Darren Waller, I kind of like him as a value this late, but I do like a lot of tight ends later, so I'll just throw a dart on Darius Geis just for another running back to have on the roster. If he gets the job, cool. If not, I'd probably figure it out if it was a real trap.
That's a solid. That's honestly though, it's a scary team to get a running back from, but Geis has the talent. If he can stay healthy, it's gonna be his backfield. I mean, I'm pretty sure they came out and said that. I mean, AP is not going to compete with him for rushes. They're probably going to end up cutting him. One of our sleepers, Antonio Gibson, he's probably going to cut in with some target share. But I think if Geis can stay on the field, I think he's going to be the number 1 running back for Washington.
That's the biggest question mark.
What's that?
The biggest question is he going to be on the field?
Yeah.
No, for real. No, it is. It's a big question. It's a big question.
He's gonna get more carries than Adrian.
Yeah, I don't think Adrian Peterson makes the team, to be honest. But all right, Kev, you got McCaffrey, Montgomery, Godwin, DJ Moore, Zach Ertz. What are you doing here? You filling out with your receivers? Getting 2 receivers here?
Yeah, in a full point PPR, I'm probably gonna grab.
A lot of names on the board still.
I was gonna grab Edelman.
Yeah, you got Jules, you got Cooks, you got Jarvis Landry.
Tyler Boyd.
I like that. That's not a bad pick.
Tyler Boyd here. I think he's gonna be Joe Burrow's.
It's a bold statement, but
that's I kind of don't know how I feel about with all the guys there in Cincy. Like he's pretty consistent, but I just don't know how to feel about any of those Bengals receivers, to tell you the truth this year.
His target share is not going to be like it was last year, especially if A.J. Green's healthy. He's going to be eating targets. T. Higgins is definitely going to be eating some targets. I think they're very high on him. And then you've got Boyd in the slot. He'll get his slot targets, but it all depends on how Burrows wants to sling the rock. But, I mean, I think he's a safe pick in the 6th round as your 3rd receiver. Your wide receiver 3. I mean, I may have went... Yeah, I mean, you got a wraparound pick here. I may have looked at Edelman maybe before him, but, you know, he's in the same situation. Who knows what's going to happen in New England? Yeah.
Things are ugly now. We're getting the ugly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Well, it's a lot of taking the start from.
Oh, no. Okay, we're good.
I got my tight end. I really like J.K. Dobbins. Player spotlight on him. It shouldn't be too much of an issue for him. Brock Ingram. But I gotta go with my guy. Why is he going so?
Who's your guy?
Pick my quarterback. Going with the rushing upside.
Josh Allen?
Josh Stallion.
Yeah, what? Josh Stallion. Why?
Yeah, he's low on here. They got him really low.
Overall.
Then the Patriots start going off the board. James White's off the board. Julian Edelman's off the board. Brandon Cooks, J.K. Dobbins just got picked. I was hoping he'd slip to me, but all right, Ty, what do you got for us?
I'm gonna take another receiver. I kind of view most of the Texans guys pretty similarly. Cooks and Fuller. I think they're just both kind of like guys with high upside, but because I like my first two receivers, feel like they're kind of just automatic plug-ins. I'll take Fuller and just if he hits, then he could be a good flex.
I think
definitely
Fuller.
gonna get at least one gigantic boom week.
Yeah.
From Will Fuller.
He's
It's almost a guarantee he's gonna have a 3 touchdown.
Yeah, well, you'd be able to see it coming.
That's true. All right, so off the board we got Gronk, Ingram, Drew Brees, Michael Gallup, Marlon Mack off the board here. Tight ends are pretty scarce now. So I'm probably not gonna pick one, probably till like the last or second to last round. So stay away from them. My receivers are stacked to the roof. So looks like I gotta go back to the running backs where there is nothing but trash, and it's tough. I mean, this is probably the toughest pick right here. This is gonna fill out my skill position roster. It's either Jordan Howard, Keyshawn Vaughn, Tevin Coleman, Sony Michel, who got put on the PUP today, so he's out. Tariq Cohen, Matt Breida, Madison, Lindsey, so on and so forth. Just a bunch of not RB1s or RB2s. So I will go with Tevin Coleman here, just because of his production last year with his time, and the potential of Mostert not sitting out, but getting less work. And then I will probably take, I don't know. The running backs are bad. I'll probably go Tariq Cohen here because it's full point PPR. I don't mind the kid. He's definitely pretty good. He could end up being my RB2, to be honest, after this draft. So we'll take him.
Big full PPR league. I like Cohen there.
Yeah, especially in the 7th round, so that's not bad. Or 8th round. So we got Jordan Howard off the board. I was looking at him, but I just don't like the Miami backfield at all. Jarvis Landry, Hayden Hurst, another tight end off the board. And then Keyshawn Vaughn went, Matt Ryan. Quarterbacks going quick here, Ty. You going with one here?
I'm going to probably wait one round at least for that. I have no issue waiting at this point for a later guy.
Yeah.
But I'll take a tight end here. I'm going to go with Higbee just because I have Cooper Kupp. I feel like one of those guys is pretty bound to hit, and the other one I'll just could replace. So.
TB12 off the board. Higbee. Speaking of Higbee, in your league last year, Ty, Higbee won me 2 weeks. Took me to the playoffs, so I respect the Higbee pick. So Tom Brady off the board, Matt Breida, another Miami running back, same round off the board. Aaron Rodgers off the board. One of your guys, Deontay Johnson, Kev's off the board. Who are you looking at here? What position?
Gonna be running back. Only got the 2. It's definitely not gonna be Michel.
Now, just to talk about running backs, so we did the running back show. I talked about Damian Harris as a deep sleeper. I don't think he is a deep sleeper anymore. I think he moves into conversation being a top 10 round running back pick this year. I think right now is actually for you, Kev, wouldn't it be a really bad time to take him. I don't think it really is a reach anymore. Who's going to be the primary back in New England? It's not going to be James White. You know, it's going to be Damian Harris. Brandon Bolden opted out.
Still a little early.
I don't know, man. He's the number 1 running back in New England, man. You get him, that's a flex.
But Michel's on the pup, but...
Michel's a bum, dude. He's done. He's on the pup. He's not coming back, dude. He's done.
If it comes out in camp that he's like looking to be the starter, I think he'll definitely shoot up. For sure.
Yeah. But all right,
I think there's a couple of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I at this pick and at this late, it's a tough pick here, especially with how separated your roster is right now. I mean, you filled out your starting lineup for the most part, besides defense, and your flex. So you could go any way you want here, really. It's just a matter of who's worth the value in the 8th round.
There's a couple. It's just basically you got your handcuff running backs.
Yeah, running backs are scarce right now.
Which, I'm kind of into, especially with the COVID. I mean, let's say Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara come down with it, they're out. Or they just get hurt. It's good to have these guys who are 3 down backs.
Yeah.
Probably gonna it's either Madison or Latavius Murray.
Now, would you consider taking both of them here?
Could take both.
Yep.
We're gonna take my shot on. And I like
Jerry Judy. Oh, so you went complete 360 right
Judy.
there. Okay.
And I'm gonna take the shot on Madison. Between COVID and the uncertainty with his contract, he has
now,
high probability of getting a lot of work.
with the Jerry Judy pick there, were you considering Marvin Jones at that spot?
You know, that's a great value in the 9th round for Marvin Jones.
Right.
But it's just those two guys, like Galladay, you'll probably get the touchdowns from him. Marvin Jones is hard to predict when he's going to have his weeks.
Fair.
There's going to be a boom week or.
So next.
He doesn't boom.
Yeah, no. If he doesn't boom, he's a bust. No, I mean, yeah, he's a very boom or bust guy.
The most talented guy.
Damn, keeps cutting out. All right, so after that, we got Debo. We got Debo off the board, who's I think is he on the pup yet? No. Maybe not.
So
that could be a steal in the 9th round. Debo in the 9th. Then Marvin Jones gets selected after that. Sony Michel. So these rankings aren't probably adjusted yet, but that just happened today. So Sony Michel's off the board. Emmanuel Sanders off the board here. So Ty, you said you were thinking about quarterback here, or are you gonna wait more?
yeah, I'm gonna take a quarterback. I think I'm the last guy to get one. It's between Wentz and Stafford, but because I got Galladay, I kind of like getting the stacks. So I'll go Stafford, so that when Galladay gets a 2-touchdown game, it's a pretty big week.
Okay. So in that situation, though, when you said, I'm the last guy to get a quarterback, it wouldn't be crazy to just wait.
To just wait, yeah. I was thinking that but you never know. Like a guy just took a backup right after.
Yeah.
Sometimes do that, so I felt like I didn't know if Stafford would make it back in Wentz.
That's fair.
Which went after.
All right.
If it was a real draft, I probably would have waited, but just knowing how these computers go.
That's true. Yeah, the sleeper app's kind of different
sometimes. Probably would have waited as well. I probably would not have taken Josh Allen that spot.
That's all right. I like the way the teams are shaping up here. After 9 rounds, pretty much starting lineups are pretty much shaped up here. Right now, Kevin's got Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Montgomery, Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, Tyler Boyd. He's got Zach Ertz at tight end, Jerry Judy in the flex. Not bad. I don't mind it. Tyler, you got Thomas and Galladay as your wide receiver 1 and 2, which is pretty good there. And you got Kupp as your wide receiver 3. You got Jones, Mostert, running back 1 and 2. And you got the flex option of Geis and Fuller with Higbee and Stafford. Not bad. My team, on the other hand, I don't know how I'm feeling about the 0 running back. I think it worked out for me last time because of the computer. But this time around, I like my top half of my roster. I got Mahomes, and then I got the stud receivers all like everywhere. I got Hill, Cooper, Allen, Metcalf. That's gonna be my starting lineup each week. And then plug and play running back. Probably go Ronald Jones, Cohen. Week 1, and then see what happens in San Fran with Coleman and Mostert. But Lindsey was a guy I was gonna pick right here, but he just got picked. I think. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in Denver with Melvin Gordon. I'm not sure. I'm really not. It's interesting. It's going to be an interesting situation over there. You got Carson Wentz off the board, Darius Slayton, Hunter Henry, another tight end off the board. That guy's got 2 tight ends. It's weird. CeeDee Lamb, who I like too. I like that Dallas offense this year. So with my picks, I think I have to look at tight end here. I think. Because with that guy taking his second one, there's probably going to be more. I got Jared Cook pretty high on my board. I liked him last year. I think I'm going to go with him here with my first of my 2 picks. His upside in the red zone's high. I think it's going to go down this year. I think they're very high on Taysom Hill in the red zone. Emmanuel Sanders doesn't scare me at all, but Taysom Hill does. They can use him anywhere and everywhere. So it makes me a little nervous. But to get this guy in the 9th round, it's between him, Font, Hooper, Hawkinson, Gesicki. So if I don't take Cook here, the tier drops. Then it becomes the guy you pick in the last round. So I'm going to go Cook here. And then I'm going to take another running back, I guess. I'll probably go Chase Edmonds. Um, I'm high on Arizona's offense and the volume that he could receive if um, what's his name gets hurt. Can't think of his name right now because I'm talking a lot. Who's the running back? Oh, Kenyon Drake. If Kenyon Drake were to go down, his volume's crazy. So I think he's worth the pick in the 10th round, especially with the running backs that I have. So next off the board, we got the first defense, San Fran, then Zach Moss, Latavius Murray, Kerryon Johnson, then Henry Ruggs, and then Ty. What do you got for us, man?
Well, my running backs aren't really deep, so I'd like to add one there. But there's a receiver I like, so I'll take Jalen Rager. I just think he's like one of the rookies that's got a best chance to just get easy targets with the lack of talent at receiver in Philly. So,
Yep, I like Rager.
Not as much a player as the situation, but it should work out.
Yeah, no, Rager in the 10th round. That's value. I mean, you don't got Deshaun Jackson's. He's there, but is he actually there? And then you got Alshon Jeffrey, who's out. So I mean, the targets will be there for him. It's a good pick. Then you got Darrell Henderson Jr. off the board. Let's say Baltimore's defense. Mecole Hardman, and then Boston Scott. Kevin, what do you got for us here? Yeah, Boston Scott. Not a bad pick, though, honestly. I don't know.
I had told 107.
I don't know, man. I'm not sleeper.
Probably going to. I really don't like the Jets at all.
Yeah, who are you looking at on the Jets?
Good PPR.
Who's that? Jamison Crowder?
Crowder.
Yeah. He's a good
solid guy to play.
He's a PPR machine. He could very well be your flex. Or your wide receiver 3, honestly.
Mims. We're going to go Crowder.
Now, how do you feel about Christian Kirk? You like Crowder over Kirk?
Yeah, volume.
Yeah.
Crowder's going to catch more balls.
Okay.
D-Hop is a beast, bro.
I know.
I just don't see the upside anymore.
I know.
It was last year I was excited about him. It's not. Gibson's there.
That's your sleeper.
I like Gibson.
It's not a reach, though. He's probably going to get picked after your pick here if you don't pick him. Based off their rankings here.
Definitely. I mean, we got Sterling Shepard and Golden Tate out there. One of those guys.
No, for sure. I mean, you got Watkins out there, too. My boy Damian Harris, so I'm hoping he's there when I pick again.
Really a toss-up. I mean, I like taking safe PPR. Shepard's on. He's the most
talented. Yeah, most talented for sure. I agree with that. I like Shepard, especially in the 11th round. We talked about him on the show last week. I think he's getting underrated like crazy right now, just because he had one bad year with injuries last year. Well, he has a couple of years, but I don't know. He's the number one receiver in New York. I think he deserves to be picked a little higher than 11th round, but I guess it all depends on Daniel Jones, to be honest. And then off the board was Kirk, Tony Pollard. There's your boy Gibson, and then our boy Cam Newton getting taken now. He wasn't getting drafted before. That guy's got Brady and Cam Newton on his team. He's sleeper. Oh, man. That's the second guy with 2 quarterbacks. I mean, you can't control it, but it is what it is. Ty, what do you got for us here?
I'm going to take another running back just to add some depth. I only have 3 right now, and 2 of them are a little suspect. So I'm going to grab Naheem Hines, who's a full PPR. I feel like Rivers might want to use him. Likes kind of having that running back to dump it off to, so he could get a lot of targets playing with either Mack or Taylor.
Yeah, I don't think Taylor and Mack are going to be able to get the ball out of the backfield. I think Hines is a great pick here, Ty, especially in the 12th? We're in the 11th round. That's in a full point PPR. I think he's got a higher upside than Tariq Cohen in a way, just because of the simple quarterback play, especially looking at last year with Philip Rivers and Austin Eckler. Even Melvin Gordon, when he was out there, was catching balls. Rivers is just known to throw it to his running backs, even with LT. You know what I mean? So I like that pick a lot, Ty. Good pick there. Noah Fant off the board, another guy with 2 tight ends. And 2 more defenses going, Steelers and the Bills. And then the rookie from Green Bay, Dillon off the board there. Then Daniel Jones. These guys are nuts, dude. 2 quarterbacks. Okay. I'm going to take Damian Harris here. I really think he's going to end up being the starting running back. And if that's the case, I think I just got the number 1 red zone option for the New England Patriots in the 11th round. And then wrapping back.
Hey, right. Brandon Bolden opted out, right?
Yeah, he's done. Bolden's opted
There
out.
you go.
Yeah, I mean,
no Brandon Bolden vulture.
yeah, no, that's. I think his stock is gonna skyrocket. I think over the next couple of weeks, I think Damian Harris's name is gonna be brought up a lot. I think he's gonna start skyrocketing up on draft boards. I don't think he's gonna be here in the 11th round come September or August, whenever you're drafting.
I agree.
James White is James White, but James White, what is he without Tom Brady? We don't really know. I mean, he's gonna catch the ball. He's going to catch the ball. You know what I mean? He's going to get the ball dumped to him. That's fine. But when it comes down to first, second down, goal line plays, are they really going to stick White out there, or are they going to give the ball to Damian Harris? I think it's worth the risk here in the 11th, 12th round. And then I think I'm going to shy away from running backs. I got 5 of them. I think going 0 running backs and drafting a crap load of them. So here I'm looking at receiver again. There's a lot of rookies out there that I like right now with this pick. I got Ayuk from San Fran, who I think is going to get a lot of volume out the gate because of Debo's injury. But then you got Michael Pittman from Indianapolis here. Kev, I know that's one of your guys you liked. They're going to rank pretty low. ADP right now is 151. But I also like Denzel Mims. I think this is a point where I would take a sleeper. If it's a guy that I really want and I don't want to risk a guy that knows me, that you know follows my Instagrams and stuff, to take this from me. So I think I'm going to jump the gun here. It's the first time I jumped the gun this draft. I'm going to take Denzel Mims. I think he's got a high ceiling in New York, especially with his deep threat and his ability to go up and catch the ball. Next, we got Justin Jefferson, who is currently getting tested for COVID. And then you got New England Patriots defense. Defenses are getting thin. Anthony Miller, Duke Johnson, and then Big Ben, another 2 quarterback team off the board. Ty, what are you looking at here? Another, what are you going, receiver here? No, running back?
I think receiver, actually, there's really few draftable running backs left.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I shied away there.
So I might just kind of cap it there even. But so I'll go another receiver here. It's either one of the rookies. We got Ayuk and, well, actually, no, Harry's there. Yeah. I'll actually Golden Tate, just because my other bench receivers, Rager and Fuller, they're kind of more of those big play guys. So Golden Tate could be a more balanced, high volume.
That's a solid 12th round pick right there. Him and Shepard, they're both. I mean, Daniel Jones, they're gonna let the guy throw the ball. No, I mean Saquon's there.
They have to. Their defense is
right, and they
airing it out.
Their beginning of season schedule is really rough from what I saw. They got 3 or 4 games.
Oh, it is bad, but I mean he's still gonna have to tons.
Yeah.
Just on volume alone, right?
I think there's definitely going to be a couple guys that emerge in the Giants, and whenever a couple of them get hurt, the other one will be really good.
Now, what I think is funny is that Darius Slayton's getting picked. He got picked in round 9 here, and he's getting picked before both of these guys, and he's 3rd on the depth chart. Now, you think that's a lot of last year hype, or do you think that's Daniel Jones' connection with Darius Slayton? People are thinking, oh, they're both young.
Look at the end of last year when they were all on the field together. The targets. Slayton was last.
Yeah, no. I had Tate. I had Tate in a few leagues. I sat on him. I waited for him to boom, and I mean he did. He had a couple weeks where he went off. Tate's a stud. He was a stud in Detroit. He's good. Sterling Shepard's good. They're good receivers. They just need to stay on the field and stay healthy. I think that's why people are shying away from Shepard because of the health. And I think people just aren't thinking of Tate, honestly. I don't think they're thinking of him. I think they just instantly are thinking Darius Slayton's going to be the guy because he had a nice first half of the year when no one was on the field.
He's maybe more appealing to Slayton just because he's that big play guy, but in a PPR, he's pretty equal with the other guys. I really don't see much blame him.
Yeah, I just think it's wild that they're getting picked after him. especially that far like apart. I mean, they're 2 rounds apart. That's crazy. All right. Anyway,
So
Justin Jackson.
here,
Justin, hold on, Kev. Let me recap. Justin Jackson off the board, who actually could be a sneaky pick right there as well. Deshaun Jackson, Brandon Ayuk, another defense. The Chargers off the board here. Kev, you got 2 picks. Where are you going?
so I went thin at running back because I got McCaffrey. I'm really confident he's not
Yeah,
gonna get injured.
you only got 3 running backs here.
Exactly. So I got to take the shot on one of these 2 rookies. They're both getting hyped up. One of them plays behind an absolute freak of nature in Tennessee, Darrington Evans,
They like him.
who's getting hyped up a lot. They like him a lot. He get work in the passing game, but I'm gonna go with the guy who plays behind one. I'm gonna take Anthony McFarland.
That's a good pick.
He's talented.
They like.
Connor's gonna miss at least 2 games.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed.
At this point in his career, it's almost guaranteed he's gonna get hurt. I mean,
Right,
that's a safe pick.
Workload.
But I mean, looking at your running backs, Kev, that's
Oh, it's brutal.
it's brutal. I take mine
Brutal.
over yours all day.
I would only, if I didn't have McCaffrey, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I think you're safe. I think you got an RB1 who could potentially score enough points to cover the RB2 slot too.
I think Montgomery could be sneaky just on touchdowns alone.
Yeah, I mean, you got him in the
They're unquestioned
5th.
like red zone guy. Cohen's not taking carries from the goal line.
Yeah, I remember a game last year, Montgomery. He had like 10 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Right.
It was beautiful.
I mean, he could bail you out with that. And how much worse could the Bears get?
Right.
On offense, they're not going to be worse.
I don't know.
At least I don't see that getting worse. I think if Trubisky is any worse than he was last year, we go to Nick Foles. How bad could he be? I think there's enough talent.
I don't know. Pretty bad, I think.
I really hope not.
So are you going here? You going another running back?
Could just take both of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, at this position, that's probably what you need the most right now is some luck.
There's still so many wide receivers that.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be adding and dropping wide receivers all year.
Smokey Brown's there. Pittman. Yeah, I'm just going to go with. I'm going to take the shot on the 2 running backs. Take Evans too.
I like Evans. I read an article on Evans recently. Vrabel likes him a lot. He's going to be used. They said they're going to use him a lot more than people are thinking. He's not going to. I don't think he's going to take goal line carries away from Henry. I think Henry still has a chance to get more than.
They're talking about his pass catching.
But he can catch the
skill.
ball. Yeah, he can catch the ball well. So, next we got the Baker Show.
Flexible.
Baker Show getting picked in the 13th round. Wow. Ty, when did I pick him last year in your league? I think I picked him 3rd round. I'm almost positive.
No, not that high. I think like 5th or 6th.
It was high though. It was still high. I stacked him with no, I didn't have OBJ. I had AB. That's right.
Yeah, because Joe had OBJ and Landry.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, that league. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even know how I made the playoffs.
We grabbed Caleb Balaj in the 3rd.
I want to go look that up and just pull it up.
He was so proud to slap that up there. Well, hey, you're always wrong on some of them.
I was wrong on a lot of them in your league, Ty. Bake Show off the board. I would assume he's probably the last quarterback that's going to be taken in this league, in this draft. Maybe not, though. This guy's got 2. They all got 2 running quarterbacks. Tampa Bay's defense off the board. Austin Hooper finally off the board. He lasted a long time. Chicago Bears defense off the board. And then we got Ty up here. What are you doing here? You going defense? You're just going to keep drafting?
I'll probably just wait on
the
last.
You might as well.
Defense. So it's either backup tight end for me or a receiver because I really don't think any running back here has value besides, I mean, maybe Chris Thompson, but he's a guy I kind of just don't mess with after being burned in the past. And DeAndre Washington, maybe if he's got a role in Kansas City, but I don't really know what's going on there yet. So I'll just add another receiver. Sammy Watkins is there pretty late. He
Whew.
pissed off 90% of the time, but he's always got high upside, so I don't mind it with like a last pick.
I mean, yeah,
It's on the Chiefs.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I don't get how
Is there
Mecole Hardman got picked before Sammy Watkins. To be honest.
I think
Wasn't
people
Watkins
just
an absolute monster in the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins was a beast, and Hardman's basically just like a handcuff to Tyreek at this point. I think I don't really see him getting on the field with
What
him.
it seems like right now.
Okay.
Watkins in the 13th.
Hmm.
Kind of steal.
I don't know. I mean, he's definitely still the second receiver on the depth chart. No, he's gonna be playing the opposite side of Tyreek.
It's just if he's gonna
Get the
Sure.
share. Yeah.
Uh,
Or even
yeah.
play. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Next off the ball, we got the Vikings defense. N'Keal Harry gone. The kid from Miami, Preston Williams, who I like. That's a pretty late pick right there, 13th round. Michael Pittman Jr., 14th, 13th round here. Another guy we talked about last round who almost picked. And then Mike Gesicki off the board here. And then, we lost Kevin. Well. All right. So, Taz, me and you will finish the show, I guess. So, right here, I'm going to go. I got to go defense. I think I'm going to take the defense I like this year. I'm not going to dive too deep into them because I'm going to talk about them tomorrow. But that's the Denver Broncos. I think their defense is stacked, and it's always pretty stacked. The pass rush is amazing. So I'm going to go.
One of those teams that wants to run the ball a lot and just play good defense, I think.
Yeah. Oh, we got him back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
There he is. Go Denver Broncos here. And then on the wrap, I'm going to take... I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point in the draft. My lineup's pretty set here. What I might do is probably what I've been hating on this whole time is take another quarterback here. But I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go receiver again. I'm going to take Allen Lazard, the last pick this round. I think he's got opportunities to be the number 2 option for Aaron Rodgers. So, I don't know. With my last pick, I don't know. He's not going to see my lineup with the receivers I have, but, you know, just in case Devontae Adams gets hurt again, I got another one receiver in Green Bay. Why not? You know?
Big bye week guy.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get looks. You know what I'm saying? So, next we got who went off? John Brown, Smokey Barnes off the board. T.J. Hawkinson's off the board. Oh, Joe Burrow got picked. Wow, I was wrong. He wasn't the last quarterback. Joe Burrow was. LaShawn McCoy, Carlos Hyde, still relevant in the NFL, off the board. Ty, with your last pick, you going on defense?
Yeah, I'm going to take a D. I realize that there's still even a good amount of receivers left that I feel like have value.
Mike, yeah, I mean, we could talk about that real quick because I actually was just looking. When I picked Lazard, I mean, Mike Williams is there. He was he was picked in the top 10 rounds last year. Curtis Samuel, D.D. Westbrook, Robbie Anderson, Larry Fitzgerald. Old man Fitz, man. I mean, he could probably still get it done out there. I know they got a lot of guys, but he was with Murray last year. I don't know. You know, I mean, he's gonna get his looks. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just not gonna give him the ball. You think, right?
I think it's probably gonna be his last year, right? Did he already say that?
Yeah, this is his farewell tour.
Yeah. So I feel like they're just because to fit that narrative, he's definitely gonna get a good amount of targets.
Yeah, last round though. I mean, imagine getting Larry Fitzgerald.
But he'll get 3 for 43 or something.
Yeah. And then you got just the sleeper guys out there. I'll just mention a couple of them real quick. You got Gandy Golden out there, Paris Campbell, Hunter Renfrow. You know, guys like that. It's actually really deep, dude. It's really deep.
For defense though, I'm just top 2 left, Saints and Dolphins. It's a tough choice, you know. I don't know why the Dolphins.
The Dolphins. The Seahawks are ranked under the Dolphins, dude. I would have picked the Seahawks there. They just brought in Jamal Adams. That defense is gonna be revamped.
Yeah, that's true. I honestly wasn't even thinking about that.
But I like the Broncos way more. So Saints off the board. What'd you say?
Why is Miami up that high? Is it because they added Byron Jones?
I guess so. I don't really know. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna question sleeper. They got guys taking 2 quarterbacks every team here.
Yep, man.
Do
Um,
you want about like Russell Wilson or DK or Lockett at all with like Seattle's D maybe looking a lot better that they might not be throwing as much and just like a lot of handoffs?
nope. I think Seattle's gonna run the scoreboard. I don't know. I think Seattle might run away with the NFC this year.
And I feel like they could every year, you know.
They really can. I mean, Pete
Should
Carroll's
just
an
blow
awesome
teams
coach.
out.
Awesome coach, Pete Carroll. Their run game's skeptical though. That's why I'm not really too uncomfortable drafting Seattle receivers, um, especially in the red zone. I mean, they brought in Greg Olson, who we're going to talk about tomorrow. I think that he's a tight end who's getting undervalued now just because of his age and his injury history. But they brought him in on a pretty good deal, so I think he's going to end up being their tight end one, which Russell Wilson loves to throw to his tight ends. So he could be a sleepy pick.
I just think his foot's gonna fall off.
It could. It could.
3 years in a row, it has.
So DeAndre Washington gets picked. Chris Thompson gets picked. Ryan Tannehill, another quarterback. Jonnu Smith goes here. And then Kev with the last pick in the draft. You go in defense?
Yeah.
Now, for
Yeah,
everybody,
well, I mean,
just to touch base on this, you don't necessarily have to pick a defense. I don't know. A lot of leagues, they mandate it. Like, you have to pick a defense. Or if you got kickers for some reason, you have to pick a kicker. But I mean, there's been a couple of leagues I've been in where I've stayed away from kickers and defenses until, I don't know, like the week before the season starts, and then I drop who's not going to play, and I just take flyers on sleepers and stuff like that. So you don't necessarily have to take a defense, but for the sake of it, you can, Kev. I just wanted to say something like that real quick.
yeah, I'm gonna take a defense just so I can highlight why I'm gonna
Oh boy,
draft.
who is it?
It's I'm gonna go with Dallas.
Oh, I was gonna say Dallas is a joke too.
Wait a second.
Like me to talk about them for you, Kevin? I got you if you need.
Nah, never mind. This was Sleeper showing me the 2019 schedule. That's why I've been picking Dallas. Because it started with the Giants, Washington, and Miami. This year it started with the Rams, Falcons, and Seattle. So
Oh, a little different there.
not a chance.
I still like Dallas's defense, though. You don't?
Stud
I
line.
think they're decent, but what you really gonna start them against the Rams, Falcons, and Seahawks out of the gate?
Rams,
Yes.
maybe. The other teams
Falcons.
probably not.
I'm just looking for someone who has the softest, like first.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to get a solid top tier defense, I think that's what you have to do if you are going to pick a defense is look at the schedules and just try to.
Right, we didn't get the top tier.
I think I did. I think I got Denver Broncos. I think they're going to be a top 5 defense.
They're gonna be a very.
I don't know. They had them really low in here. I don't really know why. And Seattle. Seattle's defense is there, Kev. You don't want them. I mean, Jamal Adams is the best safety in the NFL, in my opinion. No. Hello.
I don't like their corner. I don't think the rest of the.
The last pick of the draft's taking the longest.
Yeah, I'll just throw. Let's go ahead and take the Chiefs.
Chiefs defense. There we go.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
There's some strategy behind this, all right.
No, there is. You were doing the right thing. You look at the schedules and
I
stuff
was
like
looking
that.
for the schedule.
But we actually made out pretty well with time here.
Listen,
But looking at the teams, just recap it real quick. Kevin ended up with Christian McCaffrey, Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, Zach Ertz, Montgomery, Boyd, Allen in his starting lineup. And then for his flex, you could choose between Jerry Jeudy, Madison, Crowder, Sterling Shepard, in my opinion, week 1. I actually, probably not Madison, probably just your receivers. And then
probably be Shepard.
yeah, probably. And then you got the running backs with upside, McFarland and the kid from Tennessee. Both going to get high volume if anything were to happen to the starters. I like that. And they're both probably going to get work even with the starters there. Madison, Cook doesn't play. He's an RB1 right off the rip. Chiefs defense, whatever. And then you got Tyler. Tyler ended up with a pretty solid lineup. Matt Stafford at quarterback, and you got Aaron Jones, Raheem Mostert at RB1 and 2. Thomas, Galladay, Cup at the receivers 1 to 3, and then his flex he can plug in Geis or Fuller or Jalen Rager, Naeem Hines, Golden Tate. All these guys are eligible, I think, for flex appeal at the start of the season. And then you got the Saints D. Whatever. So then me, 0 running back approach until round 6. Mahomes at quarterback. My RBs 1 and 2 probably gonna be Jones and Cohen week 1, which is fucking scary. And then I got Tyreek Hill, Mari Cooper, Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf for my receivers and flex. Jared Cook at tight end. And then my bench got Chase Edmonds, Damian Harris, Denzel Mims, Alan Lazard, and then the Broncos defense. So all in all, I think it was a solid draft going 0 running backs. For what it was, I could have, I don't know. Your opinions on my team with 0 running backs? Would you guys consider it?
Probably not. I just can't. I like even the running backs I have. I would like to have more like beef personally, but I feel like if you're gonna do it at any pick, it's good to do it at the end. And even if your waiver system runs where you get like that first priority week 1, then if a running back pops, random guy, you can add him up. But it's just tough to look at, Rojo, Coleman, and Cohen.
That's ugly, bro. It's ugly.
The only way you can do the 0 RB is from the back end of the draft.
Yeah, just go heavy.
You can't do 0 RB from the first 3 picks.
Well,
yeah, I mean, you really you're gonna pass on McCaffrey or?
Okay, so if this was half point, no, I wouldn't. No, I'm saying if I had the last pick,
like 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I would consider doing the stack approach only with Patrick Mahomes. That's it. I wouldn't do it with Lamar. I wouldn't do it with Watson. I wouldn't do it with Prescott. I wouldn't do it with any of them. Wilson, none of them. I don't think that their number 1 receiver has as much upside as Tyreek does. So, I mean, Tyreek Hill, Mahomes, their connection, if it's anything like it was in 2018, Hill had 12 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Mahomes had 50 touchdowns. I think he had over 5,000 yards passing. That's crazy fantasy points. I mean, for my first 2 picks, I feel like it's safe in my opinion. If I didn't pick them, I probably would have went Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders, and took the risk on Cook. And then right there is my mistake. It's a risk, right now. So I don't know. It's the second time I did it. I think the first time I did it was much better, much more appealing. I forget who I ended up with at running back, but it was a starter, like a sure starter. Compared to this, not too hot. But I think at the end of the draft, I honestly, if I had to look at a team, at Tyler sitting at 6, I think he probably wins this draft. I think his team is the most solidified on the bench portion. He's deep. He doesn't have any question marks really outside of injury risk. Waiting on his quarterback, ended up with probably a top 10 quarterback in Matt Stafford. He always throws the ball a lot. With the stack with Kenny Galladay, I like it. I don't know. If I had to pick, I would pick Tyler. I didn't even look at these other teams. I don't even want to. They got 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends. It's weird. I just think picking at the turn it's going to be a lot harder this year than it has been in the past. Just because the running back class, it looked so stacked, and as the weeks go, it dwindles, and it gets weaker and weaker as the weeks go by. So, it's going to be a tough spot picking out. You're going to get CMC if you got 1, so that's a win. But if you got 12, it's going to be tough figuring out how you're going to draft there, especially if your league goes all running backs and you're stuck with, hopefully Kenyon Drake's an RB1. Hopefully Dalvin Cook plays. Hopefully, a bunch of I hope, no guarantee. So it'll be tough. But guys, that's it for the show today. The mock draft Monday, the first one in the book. It was a very good time, very good success. I appreciate you being here, Ty. Hopefully get you back on here again, man.
For sure, be happy to.
Hell yeah. Kev, see you tomorrow. Good stuff. Figure out your mic so you don't cut out tomorrow.
My whole Discord shut off, dude. I don't know what happened.